Good afternoon, everyone. In today's session, you will understand how to set up the standard operations. So is our agenda. The objective enables you to understand the standard operation and its associated terms in the context of the business processes. Prerequisites for generating the standard operation in Onfinity ERP are that a configured tenant is required in your environment. Organizations are configured in your tenant. Work centers are defined in the system. Let's understand what is a standard operation. Standard operations in Onfinity ERP represent the general categories of tasks involved in the production or manufacturing process. These define the type of work to be performed, such as assembly, testing, painting, or packaging. Under each standard operation, more specific work center operations are created to describe detailed activities that are carried out at a particular work center. Assembly, steel rod cutting and welding, fastener installation, quality inspections are the standard operations. And assembly contains the work center operations, like motorbike assembly, engine assembly. These operations guide how work is executed at specific locations, help in scheduling, costing, and tracking, and ensure the production tasks are aligned with the planned workflow. Let's move on to the system and define some standard operations. If you want to define the standard operation, you need to search the manufacturing setup window, or you can directly move on to the manufacturing. Under the manufacturing setup, you will figure out the manufacturing setup window. Now click on the standard operations button. Click New Record to define your operation. Select your relevant organization and define your standard operation. You can define assembly. Similarly, you can define quality inspection. In such a way, you would be able to define the standard operation and then define the work center operation. Under Assembly, let's define a work center operation. Click on New Record. Enter your work center name. Select your warehouse and work center. If you want to define the setup time, you can define the setup time and run time. However, these will not be utilized, since based on cost drivers and SKF, direct and indirect cost for the product will be calculated by the system. If you want to define them, you can define. Save. Move on to the connected resource. Click on New Record, and you would be able to see all those resources which are connected with the work center. Select your relevant resources. For example, motorbike engineer, screwdriver, and electrician. Move back. If you want to define another sub-operation or work center operation, then you can define it. For example, define engine assembly. Select your relevant warehouse and work center and save the record. Move on to the connected resource. Click on New Record, select your resources, save. In such a way, you would be able to define the standard operation and work center operations in the system. That's all in this video. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.